Hello everybody and welcome back to Alma. So, as we had said in the previous episode, this is where we're going to start. So we need to make sure that these are 150 bales, because obviously we're doing them for silage. We won't be able to use steering assist because we cut it. I know the last time we did it, I did it using courseplay, which was brilliant, because when the alfalfa grows up to its first growth stage, you can't see it anymore. So I'm glad that we have avoided that. So yeah, so as I finished off in the last episode, I said we're going to get this baled. We were then going to take some milk up to our dairy, which we're leasing. Take milk up to the dairy, and then it would be, what else was it now? I'm trying to remember. Oh, sort all the pallets out up there. We sorted all the pallets down round here, so that's fine, and then we'll look to move on. When we do move on, we can then go to the soybean fields. We can get that cut and maybe try look at getting that baled. I'm very conscious that we are doing a lot of pallet work with those two greenhouses especially. Obviously you've got the sheep with pallets, and then you've got the dairy and the ketchup, so I want to try and avoid doing that as much as possible. So when we do move on to the next month, we won't be going and sorting out all the greenhouses. But until then, let's get on and get this baled. Well, I think that dictates when when the time lapse finishes, because we've completely run out of bale wrap. So I'm going to take this up to the top. We'll just turn it off and lift it up. We'll take it to the top. We'll buy some wrap. I'm just trying to think. We can then take our van. Should we go in the van up there? I'm just trying to work it all out now because it's completely different. But my God, how many bales are we producing here? Like, are we definitely doing 150s? Yeah, we're definitely doing 150s, so I have no idea what's going on. Right, where did... I moved it, but I can't... I moved it over here, I think. We can get the round bale net, we can fill that up, but it's just the wrap that we need. So let's move over to here, and we're going to have more than enough silage. I think the money we'll make out of doing this is going to be unreal. I don't understand how we've got so much. So let's just go to there. Let's fill that up. Oh, hold on. Can I do this without going to the Store. Black. Okay, I didn't know I could do that. Wow, you learn something new every day. I could have just continued with it though. Oh dear. But right, we'll drop that there so we know that's one from this slot. What I will do though is I will go up to... I'll just tab my way up to those top sheds. I'll leave this here. Oh, that's really flummoxed me, has that. But right, we'll do the milk, we'll do the pallets, we'll go do all that, and then we can do a time lapse of gathering up all these bales and finishing the baling. I think that's going to possibly be the best thing to do. But right, let's get this on first, and let's make our way over to the cows. But what will be very interesting is I'll show you the statistics as we are, where we're about 4/5 of the way through. Let me know in the comments below your guess of how many bales we have there, or how many we will have in total. Because at the minute we currently have, if I go there, statistics, bales, so we've done 55 bales. So we've done 281 in total. So 1/5 of our bales we've done in this one episode, and that's only going to increase. Right, let's get to here. Last I remember there was 6,000 odd litres. Here, yeah. So we'll get this up. Obviously we've got to do this every day, otherwise there's too much for this tanker. Right, let's spin round and I will see you up at the dairy. I'm really looking forward to when we get the bakery, because one thing that I do want to do is apple pies. That would be very, very good if we got to that stage. Right here, where's the trigger? Let's dump them into there. And typical, I put these pallets in the way of where we'd want to be going with stack, with our forklift. So as soon as this milk's out, we will have a little spin round. So I'll spin round, leave this here. Now where is our, not that one, this one. We will get stacking of all these. I do like this forklift with the longer tines. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but it's definitely decent. And I do think it does have a bit of weight on the back end, which always helps. Right, I am keeping these down to 3 high. So, ooh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, there's my watch going off saying that I've achieved whatever I needed to achieve today. So let's lift these up. Put these on here. I'm sort of half debating now not doing a time lapse on this, because I don't think it will take very long to do this. Let's put them to there, like so. Ketchup's worth a fortune as well, considering all you have to do for it is put a bit of water in and get a tomato greenhouse. It's definitely well worth doing. Let's move this one over, and we'll just put the single on top, like that, and then we'll just grab this one, and get this one on. But yeah, the productions I'd like to do is the apple pies and the popcorn, because it's one of them. Unless someone else puts it in a modded map, I don't think we'll get a chance again. And then I know one thing, just recently there's been a load of videos put out of the new Giants map. Is it Kinlag? Anyways, everything I keep seeing on that is very, very exciting. I know I'm definitely looking forward to having a go on that one. Train! So what I'm really hoping is when the new Giants map comes out, I'll run that in conjunction with these two, and then it'll probably look at just whichever one of these two comes to what feels like an actual end to move on. Because I would like to, during the life of 25, I would like to do sort of a vintage series, which I think that would be quite nice, to use all the smaller machinery, because in one of my recent videos on Saxlingham, I thought for a change we'll go use some smaller equipment, obviously new equipment, but small equipment. So I would like to do a vintage sort of series. I would like to move on to do a European map. I know we had Star Owies, which that I enjoyed that map and it was going well, but I think I just started it at the wrong time, personally, for me and this channel. Yeah, and then it had an update where there was loads of different things. By that point, I had that much going on in my, just in my real life, as it were, that it just wasn't worth it for me to go start it all, to start the map all back up again with a new save game. And it's why I waited for this map to have its update before I came onto here. But then there's the Iowa Plains map has just been released in the last week or two, and that was a map that I would play on, because I know on 22 I really enjoyed that one. But right, that is now all the pallets done. So we'll jump back into here. We'll make our way back to our alfalfa field, and we'll get those bales gathered up. So I am just going to check what are our greenhouses like. So they will want some oops, they'll want some water in the next month or two, so we will leave this up the top, because I'd imagine whilst we're doing this soybean harvest, at some point we'll go and do these, because next month we've got the soybeans and both the maize harvest to do, so we'll be in October for a fair while. But right, let's leave this here. We'll go jump back onto the baler, we'll finish the baling, we'll get all the bales gathered up. I don't quite know where we're going to put all these, because they're not going to fit on our bale store down there. "67 bales." What have we done different? Because I'm sure I fertilised it and limed it before we did the last load of silage off it, so I don't understand how we're getting so much more now. Like, did I cut it a growth stage too soon? Well, that's the only possible thing I think I could have done. But anyways, we'll get these unloaded, and then what I'm thinking is we could move into the next month and go do a soybean harvest, or we can look to see if there's a contract just to give us a bit of money, and then in the next episode we can just solely focus on harvesting and baling, because we'll have the soybeans to bale. And like I said, that field there, our alfalfa field that we've just done, that will also need fertilising, if not liming as well, which the sprayer's just there, so we'll go have a look. We'll go see what's in the sprayer. Right, let's just drop that off there for now, and let's just see what's in here. I imagine it should be fertiliser, because I think are we using the hoe for the weeds? I can't remember. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, liquid fertilizer. I'm trying to make sure that in there's differences between this and Saxlium, so it's not all exactly the same. But right, before we get this set on, and the fact that we're doing one whole episode now on in one field, let's just put steering assist on. Let's have a look at contracts. So there is cultivating contracts. Deadwood, they're fairly easy money. It's just find the trees, cut them down, and leave them. And there is fertilizer contracts. There is a hoeing contract. So there's quite a few. I'm just looking to see if there is anything. We're not going to do rolling or weeding ones. We could spray that though. What does that need? Herbicide? Or I don't think we've got any herbicide. Wood transport. That may be a nice job to go do. Which one should we look at? So the number of trees 13, 19, 19. Let's have a look at. Let's go do that one. And then what I may do, if we borrow the items, we'll borrow the items for that. It does mean I need to set up my left joystick so that we can use the crane. Well, for the first time, a nice, easy, quick job to do. Baling and sorting all that out has taken its time, that is for sure. Right, we'll take this back up. I'm going to see if there's any liquid fertiliser left in our tank, because we might as well go put it into this maybe, or just leave this up there so it's out of the way, because obviously when it was blocking the track down there, it's never ideal or beneficial. But we'll leave it up here, and then we'll go jump into our log trailer. So that can just stop there for now. So we'll detach it. And I don't think we need to get anything else on. And let's just leave this here. And where is our... Here we go. So we're going to jump into this. And then, like I say, I will just have to set up, because obviously moving on to a different PC, I did just put it completely clean. I did everything. I thought doing a new build like that, I didn't want to then transfer everything over from my other one. I wanted to have two completely separate. So it won't have brought over my console commands or keybinds or whatever, however you want to call it. So we'll get to this log pile, which says 19 logs, which... if we can't get the last few in, I may throw them up by hand. I don't know yet, but here they are. Right, so we don't really want to be blocking the road, and I would say it would probably be easier. You'll want the crane sort of in the middle, I'm going to guess. So let's go like this. Crane about there maybe. Oh, right, stop there. Right, let's unfold that, and then we should be able to, if we go straight into the crane. That's brilliant. What's it doing? Okay. Right, so let's have a look at what we have. So nothing opens. Right, I have absolutely no control over that crane in any way, shape or form. Right, give me a minute. Right, I think I'm here. I haven't tested it just yet, but we're going to have a go and have a look. So we will see. This could be abysmal, but we don't know. Oh, I think picking up 3 might be just a bit too heavy. Oh, hello. That could be too heavy for this machine. It's just spinning around slightly. And we will do this. We will do this in a time lapse. I'm just trying to get the first few in. Just more see if I remember how to do it. 'Cause it's been a while since we did Silver Run. Let's put them right to the front and open. Right, so 3's too many. What's 1 will be too few. Oh, have we got another 3 again? Right. We better bring these proper, like, real close to the cab. Let's get them through that gap there. Can we lift any higher? Sound job. I really enjoy using it. Well, I think I'd mentioned in Silver Run using 2 joysticks does make this so much easier to do. So let's put them right to the front like that. We can release. Let's go get some more. Like I say, we'll do this just a little time lapse. Oh dear, there seems to be a fair few crashes going on. So you can get 19 logs in here, and I'm sure you'd be able to get 1 or 2 more in, which I'm glad everything worked alright. We did have 1 hiccup where they did fall out, but well, 2 fell out, the last 2, but that doesn't matter. And they seem to be having a bit of a disco in there, the amount they're moving around, and they're sort of wagging like a dog's tail. Right, let's get into here. And I don't know where the trigger is, so we will just have to, if it's like the other sawmills, well, it is the base game sawmill, so I'd imagine if I pull into here and the trigger will be around here. I'm just spamming the R button down here. Right, we're gonna have to get into the markers on. Okay, I'm going to say I wasn't too far away. Hold on, I was pressing it there. If that's it. Am I in the wrong place to sell the wood? Why isn't this wood selling? Go to here, go to here. It says take it up to here. Well, I'm here. Let's just... Do I press? I shouldn't be pressing this button. No. Okay. I am now a bit. Oh, okay. I'm not in the trigger. So let's go into here and reverse back. So here, this is the trigger. So now let's hop out and let's press the button. There they go. So we get £25 plus £1 environmental score, but we do now mean that we can collect on just shy of 9.5 grand. So we'll get that. Brilliant. So we're now up to 38,844, and what I will do is let's go back to the house. We'll sleep now, and then we know that we're all ready come the morning. Well, come the next episode, I should say. So to here. Sleep, 8 AM. The only pallets that we may have to have a look at is where the sheep and goats are, because if they're full, then it always then nothing else can spawn, and you can only do 4 pallets at a time. So, and I'm hoping there isn't many more animals to go in there, because if there is, we're going to be rather full. So we've been knocked down to £20,000, so £18,000 overnight we've just lost. So let's get this. I'll quickly just see what pallets there are here. I'm not doing the greenhouses. We can do them at the end of this month. But I'd imagine we'll be in here for 2, if not 3 months to get everything done. So, right, yeah, look there. See, so we've got 2 well, we've got 3 wool and the spawn point is full. So let's grab these. We can put that one on top of that one. I'm just hoping there may be some milk that turns up underneath. It's that, or we've missed the chance to get the milk because it's been full. Drop that onto there. Ooh, don't go too forward too fast. Right, I will just move these out of the way. What is that? Okay, that's almost full, 978 litres. So we've got one lone pallet of wool there, so we'll drop these 2. We'll just drop the front end down, take them 2 off, and then we can just gather this one up, put it on here to keep it all nice and neat and tidy. Just as long as it comes off, because we've had a few problems with pallets not wanting to leave tines. Let's drop that there, and then that'll do. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all liked and enjoyed the video. Please feel free to like and subscribe. It seriously does help the channel out, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.